Hi you guys, how you doing? I just wanted to talk about some update to Smite closed beta, guys, and this is slated for September 20th, probably 9 a.m. PST or 6 a.m. PST, as that is the time zone that Smite is in, Pacific Daylight Standard, I believe, or Pacific Daylight Time. Anyways, guys, I want to talk about a few of the changes and what I think. You can now rent gods, not now, but by tomorrow now, which is September 20th, which is probably when you'll see this video up. Yeah, your mind just got blown in a time schedule. But guys, you can rent gods for one match using favor. This, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but if it's anything above 50, I would say probably not too much worth it. Actually, 50 is reasonable, but if it's 100 or 200, definitely save up your favor and just purchase that god whenever you can instead. And you can use practice. Practice, you can play any god without purchasing them. And there's a new game mode, Joust, where it's a 1 versus 1, similar to the practice map that I've been showing in my practice and skills videos. And you guys earn EXP and favor against a friend, but only one match a day playing this mode. And again, you don't get the first win bonus. And you guys can all read this on the Smite website. It is actually, it is EGM. It is not the Smite website, but it is in the Smite opening patch notes. You can just click the link and it goes right here. Spectator mode, who cares? We don't get it yet. First Blood, you get extra 100 gold for First Blood in a game. They have 4 new items, and this is a really good change. The item Fog of War, so if you can't see the enemy, then you won't be able to see their items. And this is good because if you start at the starting line, you just wait to the very last second to see what the enemy's building and counter it. So if Hebo or whoever's in mid lane, Anubis goes Boots of the Magi, what do? You build that Stone of Gaia, and that is a super counter to Anubis. And now he can't damage you with anything. So it is a very, very good move. There's several other general improvement fixes, crashes, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, whatever. That's cool. I like it when I'm able to play. I haven't really crashed so far, so I think I'm pretty lucky. There was a trick. There was a little glitch with the void aura items. If you died, your corpse would still give that benefit. It would debuff the enemies if they were there, or they would give you a buff if they were there. And so guys, purification beads change. No knockback in purification beads. Very good change. Hand of Gods nerfed again. Price increased to 750 gold, and the cooldown increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds, guys. That is substantial. 30 extra seconds on that. Now the other abilities will be more in line. I really like that. Boots rank 1 upgraded to 750 gold. So if you want to go Hand of Gods, you can buy 1 set of boots and 1 Hand of Gods. No potions. So that is going to be a huge change, especially for beginning game. Usually you could buy the boots, the Hand of Gods, and 2 or 3 potions. 2 potions, yes, 2 potions on top of that. And with the minion buff plus the 2 health potions or 2 mana potions, you guys are pretty much invincible until level 4, or until that thing ran out. Boots of the Magi got a buff, 20, 30, 50 magic power. And guys, I really wanted to talk about these 4 items. Ink of the Golem. I think this is really, really powerful, especially for really high health or high health people. Check this out: 30 magical protection, mana, MP5, and guess what? This passive, you gain physical power equal to 1.5% of your maximum health. So if you have 2,000 health and 1.5%, let's see. So 2,000 health, 20 is 1%, so 1.5. You get 30 attack power if you have 2,000 health. If you get another health item, you get 3,000 health and 3,000 health, and how much is that? 1550? Am I doing that right? 45 attack power, and that is pretty beefy, especially because you get this magical protection, this mana, and this MP5. Right now there are no real good physical power / MP5 regeneration, so we're gonna see a lot of new people using this. Death Toll seems a little weak, but it is gonna be. It seems really strong early game. You're healed for 75 when your basic attack deals a killing blow. Only occurs once every 10 seconds. And it only gives you 15 power and 15 physical penetration. So that is actually really low for a tier 3 item. So we will see how that turns out. 75 health every 10 seconds is not that much, especially once you hit late game. So I will be very interested to see how people build with that. Spear the Magus, you get magical power, magical penetration, and health. Very basic, very interesting. I would still prefer a Void Stone because you would, get the minus 30 magical protection on the enemies. So that is actually, I don't know about that. But I guess this is a percentage magical penetration rather than, I guess you can stack Death Toll with the Titan's Bane, get 45% plus 15% penetration. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know about these two middle ones, but I do love this last one. It's going to be so key to a lot of builds. And guess why? Because this passive, when hit by a slow, you're immune to slow for 2 seconds. Only occurs once every 90 seconds. But guys, you can definitely use that to either get away or to initiate if you depending on what type of guy you are. And you get a 10% movement speed with that magical power, with that mana. And 60 magical power, that is actually a substantial amount. 10% move speed. There was no item in the game where that gives you magical power and 10% move speed. So I'm very interested to see that. And the passive, that immune to slow for 2 seconds every 90. That is interesting. So 90 seconds is a long time. So we'll see how that goes. So in here, got a fix. Desert Fury hits all targets up close. Ao Kuang got a fix. Hits all targets up close. Arachne got a buff. Base damage increased 5 to 8 and physical power increased 10 to 15. Got a second fix slash buff. She doesn't fall off enemies that jump right when you latch on. So you go on a ride with them and you will do damage at the end of their destination. So just don't attach onto someone that's leaping back into the tower, as that's gonna hurt. Cupid kinda got a fix slash buff, is full stack damage on leaping enemies. Flutter got a nerf again. Cupid is still really overpowered, I believe. I haven't really been using him, but he is really powerful, I've seen. So Cupid gets a nerf, nearly half the attack speed damage, and cooldown increased by 2 seconds every level. Guan Yu got a fix rather, but it's kind of a nerf. So his passive, fortified defense, 20 protections to magical and physical near all structures, but now they don't work near destroyed structures. Hades. So this is pretty good. Remove the delay between hitting and the detonation of blighted enemies. There was this weird 1 second delay after you used the skill. And not only that, he got a buff in damage. He got a buff of about 50% damage. Yep, just about 150 to 225 would have been 50%, but 215. Hell got a nerf. No surprise there, as that Inspire is really powerful. She could just keep chasing enemies down all lane. Hebo, excuse me, kind of got a fix slash nerf. You can't use Aegis with the Crushing Wave, otherwise it'll cancel your ultimate and consumes the cooldown. So a lot of people would use Crashing Wave and Aegis at the same time, so you were invincible during that attack, and people would try to hit you. And now you also can't go through like Ymir's walls through with Crushing Wave, so that is very, very useful. And so, but kind of got a fix. It hits, spinning tail spin hits, and Thor got major buffs as people realize how underpowered he is. So buff damage from Mjolnir's attunement at max level for about 40 damage. About 10 damage per level, so it goes 10, 20, 30, and 40. They don't want to overpower him, so they're just going in small increments. I still think Thor might be really underpowered, but the tectonic rift, the wall comes out quicker than before. So depending on how quick this wall comes up, if it's instantaneous in like half second, then he's going to be really useful. But if it is not half second, then he's still going to be pretty useless because you won't be able to chase him down. Berserker Barrage, you can see the damage per tick has been increased just about 5 per level, so 5, 10, 15, and 20 at max level. and so that is a lot of damage as he hits you 4 times, I believe. So actually he hits you more than that, doesn't he? He hits you 8 times. So I think this is actually going to be a substantial damage boost. And of course I was waiting for this to Anvil of Dawn and increase stun. I was thinking 2 seconds would have been fine, as Anubis has a 2-second stun with his skills, but you know what, 1.5, I will take it. Vamana got a huge buff, guys. This is going to be ridiculous. You know why? Because Vamana is no longer slowed when using his basic attacks in giant form. So if you have Frost Hammer and Vamana and Colossal Fury, they just can't run away. And you know, if they do a jump, you know, you can just chase them down a little bit and just bam, you know, hit them once, and now they're slowed again. And you don't get slowed from using your basic attacks. And now also Vamana is immune to slows for the duration of Colossal Fury. So now, you know, if someone like slows you, you know, you get Grasping Hands from Anubis, or you know, you get I don't know, you get that Gem of Isolation and Raw Cast of Beam of Light. You just get slowed and you can't catch up to them. But now he's immune, so he just gonna run and ram through your face, and that's gonna be really, really, really potent, guys. So okay, so it looks like those are all the things. And people were hoping for Ares this next patch, but he hasn't really been announced yet. Ares is the next god, and once Ares comes out, guys, we will be looking at him in depth. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at these patch notes, as this is what's happening to Smite beta. There are still a lot of balancing issues, I believe, especially when I play. There are some heroes that just do really well in comparison to others, and you know, it's not surprising. It's still an early game, but they tend to go off the statistics for the game, so they just look at kill deaths and assist ratios, and that may not be giving the whole story. Like, I've had Thor have really good ratios, but he wasn't engaging in any team fight, so I mean, you can't get that from numbers. So I don't know. I have my reservations. So I'm looking to see Arachne do a lot more damage. Cupid is still gonna be a beast. I think where Cupid needs a nerf is when he does his heals. When he does his heals and someone picks it up, he gets mana for those heals. No other class gets mana when they heal. If Guan Yu healed his like a team god, you know, ally god, and then gets mana, like, that's ridiculous. Like, that is so ridiculous. That is so OP. It's like Soraka before she got nerfed. And Soraka would just be able to lane forever just because she can, like, just keep healing and giving mana to herself. That's ridiculous. And so I see Cupid still being very overpowered. Thor, I don't know, Thor. I think you still suck. Well, that's too bad. And I think Vamana is going to be a beast now. I actually really want to try Vamana after the patch. So maybe you'll see a Vamana video, guys. And guys, thank you so much for listening. I know it's just a lot of text and no video. But, you know, I have a lot of other videos if you guys want to check those out. And of course, if you found this information useful, definitely hit that like, subscribe button. That helps me out a lot, guys. Peace, love, and ninja. Peabut.